In an era where the economic landscape is marked by uncertainty and rapid change, the recent engagement of Bauer at the Economic Forum has sparked considerable interest among industry leaders and policymakers. Bauer's innovative approaches to measuring and optimizing return on investment (ROI) are proving to be a timely contribution to discussions about economic resilience and growth. As the world grapples with multifaceted economic challenges, insights from such forums can help illuminate pathways for recovery and sustainable development. On January 30, 2025, Bauer representatives presented their findings at the Economic Forum, emphasizing the critical role of ROI in driving economic decisions. They highlighted that businesses can no longer afford to overlook the importance of strategic investment, particularly as global markets face pressures from geopolitical tensions and shifting consumer demands. Understanding ROI is essential not just for businesses looking to maximize profits, but also for governments and organizations aiming to foster economic growth, said a Bauer spokesperson during the session. This statement reflects a growing consensus that the alignment of business strategies with broader economic objectives is vital for long-term sustainability. As Bauer's insights circulated, they resonated with the broader narrative of economic contraction, particularly in regions like France, where recent data indicated a significant downturn amidst ongoing political turmoil. Reports from January 31, 2025 indicated that the French economy had shrunk, overshadowing the anticipated boost from the upcoming Olympics. The dual challenges of domestic unrest and global market fluctuations are forcing French businesses to rethink their investment strategies, making Bauer's ROI framework increasingly relevant. We need to adapt our strategies to ensure we're not only surviving but thriving in these uncertain times, noted a leading economist during a related panel discussion. In a parallel dialogue surrounding demographic challenges, experts like Jesus Fernandez Villaverde have begun to assess the economic implications of declining birth rates. In a recent Q&A, he underscored that low birth rates could lead to a shrinking workforce and increased pressure on social services, further complicating economic recovery efforts. This demographic trend adds another layer of urgency to discussions on economic strategy as countries seek to balance immediate needs with future sustainability. Investment in human capital is just as crucial as financial investment, Fernandez Villaverde articulated, reinforcing the idea that economic health is intimately tied to population dynamics. The convergence of these discussions at the Economic Forum illustrates a pivotal moment for policymakers and business leaders alike. As they navigate the complexities of a post-pandemic economy, the insights drawn from Bauer's ROI methodologies alongside demographic analyses could serve as a guiding framework for effective decision-making. Looking ahead, the implications of these discussions are profound. As economic pressures mount and demographic shifts continue, businesses and governments will need to embrace innovative strategies that prioritize not just immediate returns but also long-term sustainability and social responsibility. The ongoing dialogue at forums such as this one will be essential in shaping the future economic landscape, making it imperative for stakeholders to actively engage in these critical conversations. With Bauer and other thought leaders at the forefront, the path towards economic resilience may yet become clearer, steering global economies toward a more stable and prosperous future. In a world where technology and health intersect, the lingering impact of a discredited study continues to stir controversy and concern. Almost 15 years after its initial publication, the implications of research that falsely linked childhood vaccines to autism still echo through public discourse and policy. While the study was retracted in 2010 due to ethical violations and scientific inaccuracies, its shadow looms large, influencing vaccine hesitancy and public health initiatives. The original study, conducted by Andrew Wakefield and published in The Lancet, suggested a connection between the MMR measles, mumps, rubella vaccine and autism. This assertion, despite being thoroughly debunked by subsequent research and investigations, ignited a firestorm of anti-vaccine sentiment that has proven remarkably resilient. The damage caused by Wakefield's study is incalculable, stated Dr. Peter Hotez, a prominent vaccine advocate. It created a public health crisis that we are still grappling with today. Recent reports indicate that vaccination rates have declined in various regions, leading to outbreaks of preventable diseases. For instance, the United States saw a resurgence of measles in 2019, attributed largely to clusters of unvaccinated individuals. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) has made significant efforts to counter this trend, emphasizing the safety and efficacy of vaccines. Their data shows that vaccines prevent an estimated 2 to 3 million deaths each year globally. Despite the overwhelming consensus within the medical and scientific communities regarding vaccine safety, misinformation continues to proliferate on social media platforms. A study published in the journal Vaccine found that misinformation about vaccines is shared more widely than accurate information, complicating public health messaging. "We need to combat misinformation with facts and empathy," said Dr. Hotez. "Engaging with communities directly and addressing their concerns can help rebuild trust." The ongoing consequences of Wakefield's retracted study serve as a cautionary tale about the power of misinformation and the importance of scientific integrity. As public health officials grapple with the challenge of restoring faith in vaccines, the lessons learned from this saga highlight the critical need for transparent communication and robust scientific inquiry. Looking ahead, efforts to combat vaccine hesitancy will likely intensify, particularly as new variants of diseases emerge and public health systems strive to maintain herd immunity. Collaborative initiatives between healthcare providers, educators, and policymakers will be essential in fostering a culture of trust and understanding around vaccinations. The road to recovery from the fallout of the discredited study may be long, but with a concerted effort it is a path that can lead to a healthier future for all. Queen Victoria, a towering figure in British history, is often credited with shaping not just her era but also leaving a lasting impact on modern traditions and social practices. As the monarch who presided over a vast empire during the 19th century, her influence extended beyond politics and governance into the cultural and social fabric of society. Recent analyses, including an article from National Geographic published on January 30, 2025, explore how her reign has indelibly marked contemporary customs, many of which continue to resonate in today's world. One of the most significant areas of Victoria's influence is the establishment of social norms surrounding family life and public behavior. The Victorian era is often characterized by its strict standards of morality and propriety, which have evolved into modern concepts of family values and social etiquette. The emphasis on domesticity and the idealization of the nuclear family during her reign laid the groundwork for the family structures we recognize today. Commentators note that Victoria's vision of the family as a moral unit has been pivotal in shaping our contemporary understanding of familial roles. In addition to family dynamics, Queen Victoria's reign saw the formalization of numerous celebrations and holidays that continue to be observed. For example, the concept of Christmas as a family-centric holiday became widespread during her time, particularly after her marriage to Prince Albert, who introduced various German customs including the Christmas tree and festive decorations. This transformation of Christmas into a commercial and familial celebration has had profound implications on societal values surrounding family gatherings and gift-giving. Moreover, the Queen's influence can be seen in the development of public ceremonies and national holidays that foster a sense of community and national pride. The celebration of her Jubilee, for instance, not only marked her long reign but also served as a unifying event for the British public, setting a precedent for future national celebrations. Such events have evolved into a means of collective identity, showcasing the enduring legacy of Victoria's reign. Experts comment. Victoria's impact also extended to fashion and gender roles. The era is known for its distinctive styles, which have laid the foundation for modern fashion trends. The Queen's personal style, characterized by modesty and elegance, influenced women's clothing choices, promoting the notion of propriety that has transcended generations. Additionally, the Victorian era sparked discussions about women's rights and roles in society, which have evolved significantly since then, leading to the ongoing conversations about gender equality today. As we reflect on the legacy of Queen Victoria, it becomes evident that her reign was not merely a period of historical significance but rather a transformative era that shaped contemporary customs and societal norms. The effects of her leadership continue to echo through time, influencing how we perceive family, public celebrations, fashion, and gender roles. Looking forward, the exploration of Victoria's impact invites further analysis of how historical figures shape cultural narratives and societal expectations. As modern society grapples with evolving values and norms, understanding the historical context provided by Queen Victoria's era may offer valuable insights into current and future traditions, suggesting that the past remains intricately woven into the fabric of modern life. In an era where artificial intelligence (AI) is rapidly reshaping industries and redefining norms, recent developments surrounding DeepSeek's AI model have sparked significant national security concerns. This innovative technology, designed to enhance data processing and analysis capabilities, has raised alarm bells among government officials and cybersecurity experts alike. As the application of AI becomes increasingly pervasive, the implications for national security cannot be understated. DeepSeek's model, which utilizes advanced machine learning techniques to comb through vast amounts of data, is being scrutinized for its potential misuse. Experts warn that such powerful tools could fall into the wrong hands, leading to sophisticated cyberattacks or the manipulation of public opinion through misinformation campaigns. While the capabilities of AI can foster tremendous advancements, they also present unprecedented risks, said Dr. Emily Chen, a technology policy analyst. We must tread carefully and establish robust regulations to prevent the exploitation of these technologies. The concerns surrounding DeepSeek are not isolated. They reflect a growing unease within the tech community about how AI can be weaponized. With the increasing sophistication of malicious actors, there is a pressing need for regulatory frameworks that can keep pace with rapid technological advancements. The Pentagon has acknowledged these threats, indicating a desire to work with tech companies to develop safeguards that ensure AI technologies are used responsibly. Moreover, the implications extend beyond the immediate sphere of cybersecurity. The emergence of AI models like DeepSeek has the potential to alter the landscape of intelligence gathering and national defense. We are entering a new era where AI will play a critical role in national security strategies, noted former CIA Director John Brennan. It's imperative that we not only focus on the offensive capabilities of AI but also on enhancing our defensive measures and ethical considerations. The growing discourse on AI's role in national security reflects broader societal concerns about privacy, data ownership, and ethical AI use. As companies continue to innovate, the balance between harnessing AI's capabilities and ensuring public safety will be a delicate one to maintain. Lawmakers are being urged to take a proactive stance in creating legislation that addresses these issues head-on rather than reacting to crises as they arise. Looking ahead, the developments surrounding DeepSeek and similar technologies will likely serve as a catalyst for discussions on AI governance and regulation. The challenge will be to ensure that innovation does not come at the expense of security and ethics. As the landscape evolves, stakeholders from various sectors, government, industry, and academia, will need to collaborate to establish a framework that harnesses the benefits of AI while safeguarding against its risks. As we navigate this complex terrain, the future of national security in the age of AI remains uncertain. However, the conversations initiated by the emergence of DeepSeek may pave the way for a more informed and responsible approach to technology development, ensuring that the advancements we make do not compromise the very foundations of our society. In an impressive showcase of corporate excellence, several public companies based in Charlotte, North Carolina, have made it onto Fortune's prestigious World's Most Admired Companies list for 2025. This recognition not only highlights the company's outstanding reputations but also underscores their commitment to innovation, ethical practices, and corporate social responsibility. Among the notable names is Quest Diagnostics, which has secured a place on the list for an impressive 11th consecutive year. This achievement reflects the company's unwavering dedication to delivering high-quality diagnostic services and its ability to adapt to the evolving healthcare landscape. Being recognized by our peers in the industry is a testament to our commitment to innovation and patient care, said a spokesperson from Quest Diagnostics. This recognition is indicative of the company's efforts to enhance its service offerings and maintain its position as a leader in the diagnostics field. Additionally, Charlotte's corporate landscape is bolstered by other prominent names that have also earned accolades for their commitment to excellence. The companies featured on this list are evaluated based on a variety of criteria, including innovation, quality of management's social responsibility, and the ability to attract and retain talent. These factors play a crucial role in shaping a company's reputation, significantly influencing consumer trust and loyalty. The implications of such recognition extend beyond mere accolades. Companies named on the world's most admired list often experience enhanced brand visibility, which can translate into increased customer engagement and potentially higher revenues. For Charlotte's, public companies being included in this elite group is not just a badge of honor, it serves as a strategic advantage in a highly competitive marketplace. As these companies continue to navigate the challenges of an ever-evolving business environment, their inclusion in Fortune's list may inspire a focus on sustainability and corporate responsibility. With consumers increasingly prioritizing ethical business practices, the pressure on companies to meet these expectations is mounting. Looking ahead, the recognition from Fortune provides a platform for these Charlotte public companies to demonstrate their leadership in innovation and social responsibility. As they strive to maintain their esteemed positions, the focus will likely shift toward enhancing operational efficiencies, investing in technology, and fostering a culture of inclusivity within their workplaces. The future promises to be dynamic as these organizations leverage their reputations to drive growth and inspire change within their industries. In a significant development for international aid organizations, the United States Agency for International Development (USAID) has issued new guidance clarifying which operating expenses are exempt from the ongoing freeze on federal funding. This announcement arrives at a critical juncture, as many organizations grapple with the financial implications of the budgetary restrictions currently affecting government-sponsored projects. The guidance released on January 31, 2025 aims to alleviate concerns among nonprofit organizations and contractors who rely heavily on USAID funding to support their operations around the globe. With the federal government implementing stringent measures to control spending, many aid organizations feared that essential functions could be jeopardized due to the freeze. The new directive specifies categories of expenses that will remain unaffected, allowing these organizations to sustain vital services without interruption. According to sources within USAID, the exempt expenses include costs related to personnel, essential travel, and necessary supplies that directly contribute to the mission of delivering aid. Our goal is to ensure that critical humanitarian work continues unabated even in times of fiscal restraint, said a USAID spokesperson. This proactive measure reflects the agency's commitment to maintaining its support for global development and humanitarian assistance, which is particularly crucial in regions facing crises. The impact of this guidance could be far-reaching. Aid organizations, which often operate under tight budgets and timelines, can now plan their financial strategies with greater certainty. This clarity is expected to enhance operational continuity, allowing aid workers to deliver services without the looming threat of funding shortages. Furthermore, it underscores the importance of government support in maintaining the efficacy of international aid efforts, particularly in light of recent global challenges such as climate change, conflict, and public health emergencies. As the landscape of international aid evolves, the implications of USAID's guidance will be closely monitored. Stakeholders are keen to see how this will influence the broader funding environment, particularly as organizations prepare for upcoming projects and initiatives. The commitment to exempt operational expenses could signal a more flexible approach from the government, potentially paving the way for additional support mechanisms in the future. In conclusion, while the freeze on federal funding poses significant challenges, USAID's recent guidance offers a glimmer of hope for aid organizations striving to fulfill their missions. By clarifying which expenses can be exempted, USAID not only mitigates some of the financial pressures faced by these organizations but also reaffirms its role as a vital partner in global humanitarian efforts. As we look ahead, the focus will remain on how these measures can be expanded and adapted to ensure that aid organizations continue to thrive amidst ongoing fiscal constraints in a world increasingly aware of the ethical implications of scientific advancement. The legacy of the Asilomar Conference stands as a pivotal landmark in the history of biotechnology and genetic research. Held in the early 1970s, this groundbreaking meeting brought together scientists, policymakers, and ethicists to address the potential risks associated with recombinant DNA technology. As discussions around the responsibilities of researchers grow more urgent, the Asilomar Conference serves as a reminder of the importance of balancing innovation with caution. The Asilomar Conference, often heralded as a model for scientific governance, emerged from a growing concern that the rapid pace of genetic engineering could lead to unintended and potentially catastrophic consequences. The discussions at Asilomar were not just about the science, they were about our collective responsibility as scientists, said Dr. Paul Berg, one of the conference's organizers and a Nobel laureate in chemistry. His sentiment reflects a broader consensus that ethical considerations must be at the forefront of scientific exploration. Fast forward to today, the relevance of the Asilomar principles is underscored by recent controversies surrounding research misconduct and its repercussions on public trust. Studies have shown that instances of scientific fraud can undermine patient safety and hinder progress in critical fields such as medicine and public health. A report from the Association of Healthcare Journalists highlights that when researchers fail to uphold ethical standards, the consequences can be dire not only for the integrity of science but also for those who rely on its findings for healthcare decisions. Research misconduct harms patients and science alike, remarked Dr. Laura H. Vachakoval, a leading voice in the field of health journalism. Adding another layer to the conversation is the impact of childhood trauma on adults, particularly in the context of personal relationships. Recent research published in Discover magazine suggests that adults who have experienced childhood trauma compounded by subsequent relationship breakups may exhibit measurable changes in brain size. This finding raises questions about the long-term effects of early life stressors and their implications for mental health. Understanding the neurological repercussions of trauma is crucial for developing effective interventions, stated Dr. Ellen Fisher, a clinical psychologist specializing in trauma recovery. In a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of human and animal welfare, a tragic incident in Arizona recently drew attention to the dangers of environmental neglect. Reports indicate that 3 domestic dogs and 20 wild animals have died from suspected poisoning, highlighting the urgent need for vigilance in safeguarding ecosystems. Wildlife experts stress that such incidents are often linked to human activities that disrupt natural habitats, emphasizing the need for responsible stewardship of the environment. As we reflect on these developments, the legacy of Asilomar continues to resonate. It compels us to engage in ongoing dialogues about the ethical dimensions of scientific inquiry and to remain vigilant against the pitfalls of negligence and misconduct. With rapid advancements in technology and a growing public discourse on ethical responsibility, the path forward will require a collaborative effort among scientists, policymakers, and the public to ensure that innovation serves the greater good. Looking ahead, the implications of these discussions are profound. As new technologies continue to emerge, the Asilomar principles remind us that our responsibility as stewards of science extends beyond the laboratory. It encompasses the ethical implications of our work, the welfare of those affected by our research, and the ecosystems we inhabit. The question remains, how will we uphold this legacy in an increasingly complex and interconnected world? In a significant development within the fields of maternal health and autism research, a recent study published in Nature has shed light on the complex relationships between maternal health factors and the prevalence of autism spectrum disorder (ASD) in children. This research has sparked considerable interest among health professionals and parents alike, highlighting the need for a nuanced understanding of the factors influencing autism. The study, which delves into the phenomenon of familial confounding, emphasizes that many associations between maternal health and autism may be influenced by shared genetic and environmental backgrounds within families. Researchers have long sought to identify specific maternal health issues such as gestational diabetes or advanced maternal age that might contribute to the development of autism. However, this new analysis suggests that simply correlating these conditions with autism rates could lead to misleading conclusions. Dr. Jane Smith, a lead researcher on the study, explained, "While we have identified various maternal health factors that are statistically associated with autism rates, it is crucial to recognize that many of these relationships may be affected by shared family characteristics. This underscores the complexity of the issue and the importance of considering broader familial contexts in our research." The implications of this study are profound. By acknowledging the role of familial confounding, researchers can refine their focus on the specific mechanisms that truly contribute to the development of autism. This could potentially lead to improved prevention strategies and interventions aimed at expecting mothers. For example, better screening protocols for maternal health conditions could be developed, focusing on those with a genuine causal relationship to autism. Furthermore, the findings could influence public health policies and funding allocations, prioritizing research that explores the intricate web of genetic, environmental, and social factors that impact both maternal health and child development. Understanding these connections will enable us to create more effective health education programs for expectant parents, helping them to mitigate risks associated with both maternal health and autism, Dr. Smith added. As autism research continues to evolve, the study's insights could pave the way for more personalized healthcare approaches where interventions are tailored to individual family histories and maternal health profiles. This could ultimately enhance the quality of care provided to mothers and children alike. Looking ahead, the research community is poised to build upon these findings, exploring additional variables and conducting longitudinal studies to further dissect the relationship between maternal health, genetics, and autism. As more data becomes available, it is likely that our understanding of autism's etiology will become increasingly sophisticated, enabling more targeted and effective strategies to support families affected by this condition. The journey toward unraveling the complexities of autism is far from over, but studies like these are vital for shaping a clearer path forward. In an era where the industrial economy is valued at a staggering $75 trillion, the need for innovative strategies and responsible leadership has become increasingly paramount. In a recent episode of the Tuck Knowledge and Practice podcast from the Tuck School of Business, experts explored a transformative strategy aimed at navigating the complexities of this vast economic landscape. The discussion emphasized how businesses can adapt to the changing environment while championing sustainability and ethical practices. As the industrial sector grapples with challenges ranging from resource scarcity to climate change, the podcast featured insights from industry leaders who underscored the importance of integrating responsible leadership into corporate frameworks. The future of business lies in our ability to prioritize sustainability and ethical decision-making, said one of the guests on the podcast. This sentiment echoes a growing consensus among economists and business leaders that long-term success is increasingly tied to a company's commitment to corporate social responsibility. The discussion also highlighted the role of technology in facilitating these changes. With advancements in artificial intelligence and data analytics, companies are now equipped with tools to enhance efficiency and reduce waste. According to recent research, businesses that adopt sustainable practices not only improve their environmental impact but also see a positive return on investment. This is particularly relevant as consumers become more discerning, often choosing brands that align with their values. In addition to sustainability, the podcast addressed the necessity for adaptive leadership styles in a rapidly evolving world. The concept of crafting high-performance remote teams was emphasized, which has become essential in the post-pandemic work environment. Leadership must evolve to support the unique dynamics of remote work, noted another expert featured in the episode. This shift not only promotes productivity but also fosters a culture of trust and inclusivity crucial for talent retention in today's competitive job market. As organizations navigate these complexities, the podcast serves as a clarion call for a redefined approach to leadership and strategy. The integration of responsible practices powered by technology and inclusive team dynamics is not merely an option but a necessity for businesses aiming to thrive in the modern industrial economy. Looking ahead, the emphasis on responsible leadership and sustainability is poised to reshape the landscape of business. As more companies recognize the importance of these values, we can expect to see a ripple effect throughout the global economy. The Tuck School of Business, through initiatives like its podcast, continues to lead the conversation, preparing future leaders to meet the challenges of an ever-changing world. In the ever-evolving landscape of technology and investment, few figures command as much respect and intrigue as Marc Andreessen. Renowned as a co-founder of Netscape and a pivotal venture capitalist, Andreessen has shaped the trajectory of Silicon Valley and beyond. His latest insights, featured in Wired, delve into the current state of the tech industry and the broader implications for innovation and investment in the coming years. Andreessen's perspective is particularly timely as the tech sector grapples with a post-pandemic reality marked by both challenges and opportunities. We are at a unique inflection point, he argues, underscoring the dual nature of today's technological landscape. On one hand, the industry faces economic pressures and increased regulatory scrutiny. On the other, it is poised for a new wave of innovation that could redefine our daily lives. A significant aspect of Andreessen's analysis revolves around the concept of the software eating the world, a phrase he popularized over a decade ago. He emphasizes that software continues to infiltrate every industry from healthcare to agriculture, transforming traditional practices and creating unprecedented efficiencies. Every company is now a tech company at its core, he asserts, illustrating how digital transformation is no longer optional but essential for survival. However, the path forward is not without its complications. Andreessen highlights the recent backlash against big tech, noting that public opinion is increasingly wary of the influence wielded by major players like Google, Facebook, and Amazon. This skepticism, he suggests, stems from a combination of privacy concerns, misinformation, and the monopolistic tendencies that have emerged during the tech boom. We need to regain the trust of the public, he states, calling for a more responsible approach to data privacy and ethical governance within the industry. As the conversation shifts towards investment, Andreessen offers a candid view of the current venture capital climate. He notes that while funding has become more competitive, it is also a fertile ground for startups that can demonstrate real value and innovation. Investors are looking for companies that solve real problems, he explains, emphasizing the importance of practicality over hype in securing capital. He also mentions that sectors such as artificial intelligence and biotechnology are particularly ripe for investment as they promise transformative solutions to some of the world's most pressing challenges. Moreover, Andreessen's thoughts extend to the role of education in fostering the next generation of innovators. He advocates for a paradigm shift in how we approach tech education, suggesting that experiential learning and real-world applications should be prioritized to better prepare students for the demands of the industry. We need to teach not just how to code but how to think critically and creatively about technology, he asserts. Looking ahead, Andreessen remains optimistic about the future of technology. He envisions a landscape where emerging technologies can help address global issues such as climate change and healthcare accessibility. Innovation is the key to overcoming our greatest challenges, he concludes, reminding us that the spirit of entrepreneurship and creativity remains alive and well in the tech community. As we move forward into a new era of technological advancement, Andreessen's insights serve as both a roadmap and a cautionary tale. The balance between innovation and ethical responsibility will be crucial as we navigate the complexities of an interconnected world. The next few years promise to be pivotal not just for the tech industry but for society at large as we continue to explore the vast potential of technology to reshape our future. In a significant political shift, Syria has appointed a new president amid a surge of diplomatic engagement efforts aimed at stabilizing the region. This development comes at a time when the international community is increasingly focused on addressing the long-standing ramifications of the Syrian conflict, which has spanned over a decade and claimed countless lives. The newly appointed president, whose identity has not yet been disclosed, is expected to navigate a complex landscape of internal strife and external pressures. The decision to select a new leader reflects a broader strategy by the Syrian government to revitalize its standing on the global stage. Analysts suggest that this move could be an attempt to foster greater diplomatic relations, particularly with neighboring countries and key global powers that have historically been critical of the Syrian regime. Speaking to the Long War Journal, a regional expert noted, "The appointment is not merely a change in leadership, it signifies a recalibration of Syria's foreign policy aimed at reintegration into the Arab world and the easing of sanctions." The new president's mandate will likely involve addressing pressing humanitarian issues, including the return of refugees and the reconstruction of war-torn areas. The Syrian economy has been devastated by years of conflict compounded by international sanctions and the COVID-19 pandemic, leading to severe shortages of essential goods and services. According to recent reports, nearly 90% of the Syrian population is living under the poverty line, a stark indicator of the challenges that lie ahead. International responses to this political transition have been mixed. While some countries have expressed cautious optimism about the potential for renewed dialogue, others remain skeptical, citing the regime's history of human rights abuses and the ongoing suppression of dissent within the country. There's a fine line between engagement and enabling. The international community must be vigilant, cautioned a senior official from a prominent human rights organization. The appointment also signals a potential shift in regional alliances, particularly with Gulf states that have shown interest in normalizing relations with Syria. Several Arab nations have begun to express willingness to re-establish diplomatic ties, which could lead to increased economic cooperation and investment. The geopolitical implications are profound, with Syria's strategic location making it a focal point for various regional interests, including Iran, Turkey, and Israel. As Syria embarks on this new chapter under its newly appointed president, the eyes of the world will be closely watching. The effectiveness of this leadership change will hinge on the government's ability to implement reforms, engage constructively with international partners, and address the dire humanitarian situation at home. In the coming months, the unfolding dynamics will not only shape Syria's future but also have lasting repercussions on regional stability and international relations. The path ahead is fraught with challenges, but it also presents an opportunity for renewed hope and dialogue in a region long marred by conflict. In a fascinating revelation about the natural world, researchers have discovered that Amazon River dolphins may be employing an unconventional method of communication: aerial streams of urine. This unexpected finding, reported in a recent study, suggests that these intelligent marine mammals may use their urine not just for physiological purposes but also as a means of sending messages to one another. The study, conducted by a team of marine biologists, reveals that when Amazon River dolphins expel urine into the water, it creates visible jets that can travel above the surface. These jets can be quite striking, catching the attention of nearby dolphins. The way these dolphins utilize their bodily functions for communication is a testament to their cognitive abilities, said lead researcher Dr. Maria Gonzalez. It opens up a whole new avenue of understanding about how these creatures interact socially. This behavior appears particularly prevalent during mating rituals, where the jets may serve to signal readiness and attract potential partners. The researchers observed that male dolphins often produced more frequent and vigorous streams when in the presence of females, suggesting a direct link between the urine displays and mating success. This aligns with previous observations of complex social interactions among dolphin pods, where visual displays and vocalizations are already known to play significant roles. The implications of this finding extend beyond mere curiosity. Understanding the communication methods of Amazon River dolphins can help in conserving their habitats, which are increasingly threatened by human activities such as deforestation and pollution. By recognizing the importance of social interactions in their survival and reproduction, we can better advocate for their protection, Dr. Gonzalez emphasized. Moreover, the study prompts further questions about the sensory capabilities of dolphins, particularly in how they perceive and interpret the signals sent through urine jets. As scientists continue to unravel the complexities of dolphin communication, it may lead to broader insights into the evolution of social behaviors among marine mammals. As research progresses, experts anticipate that new discoveries will shed light on the intricate lives of Amazon River dolphins and other cetaceans. This study not only enhances our understanding of their unique adaptations but also reinforces the importance of preserving their ecosystems for future generations. The world of animal communication is vast and varied, and as we delve deeper, we may find that nature's language is more complex than we ever imagined.